Hi Rainforest Explorers, welcome back. Today we're doing the next layer in our Rainforest Hotel, which is the Canopy layer. So to give you kind of an idea, I know we keep looking at the same picture over and over again, which is this sort of cartoony one. And first layer that we talked about was the forest floor, which was at 0 feet. And then yesterday we talked about the understory, which goes up to 60 feet. Well, today we're talking about the layer that comes on top of that. So today's layer is the canopy layer, and it goes from 60 to 130 feet. So it's a little bit bigger. It's about 70 feet total, and it would be stacked on top of the understory. So it would be this area right here. So I did a little picture because we did the forest floor in purple. So there it is at the bottom. And then we did our next, our understory would be this dark green, which is what we learned about yesterday. And now we're up a little bit higher in the canopy layer, okay? So again, just like always, if you have your rainforest report, you wanna pause me and you wanna go get it. If not, you can do what I'm doing. I just set up a blank piece of paper, which works great. Or you can just listen along and learn about the canopy. Lots of different options. This is the page that I'm reading from today. It says canopy at the top, okay? And remember that they've split the reading into 2 paragraphs, but they've split the notes into 2 sections and they're flip-flopped. They're switcheroonied. So even though we're gonna read about the plants first, the plants on our notes are down here, okay? For those of you who are using the note-taking guide as well. And you know, you can pause me whenever you want to do your very best writing. The canopy is the primary life-sustaining layer because of its abundance of food. The canopy provides a roof for the understory and forest floor. It is a thick layering of leaves, branches, and vines that create an umbrella. Many of the leaves are smooth, oval, and end in a narrow point for water to roll off. There are flowers and many different types of fruits growing in this layer. The abundance of flowers and fruit draw many different species of animals to the canopy. So this is really important for plants because it says that this is the life-sustaining layer because of all of the food that it holds. And by food, they mean fruit and flowers. So we saw that the cactus, the saguaro cactus, that one night a year when those flowers open up and it produces the fruit, we saw how many animals come and flock to it to get the nectar and to eat. Well, so this whole area in the rainforest blooms all year, and this is where we'd find most of the fruit and flowers. So we definitely want to put that in there. Also, I thought it was interesting the way they spoke about the leaves. They said that they're smooth and they're oval shaped, but they have a point at the end so that the water can drip off. So maybe we should draw a picture of that instead of try to explain it with our words. That might be easier. So let's see. Let's get started on our plant notes. I'll tip down the phone if I need to so you can see it. I like how it said, well, we should say primary, or no, let's say abundance of food. Abundance means lots. Abundance of food. Okay, abundance of food. If you need to pause me, go ahead. The next one that I thought was interesting is that it's an umbrella shape. So the branches create an umbrella. I think that's really neat. So I'm gonna write that, branches make an umbrella. And then how about for our third note, we should draw a picture. So it said, remember, we're going to do like a little mini diagram. I'm going to tip my phone down so you can see. It said that the leaves were oval. So there's my oval, but then end in a point. So I'm going to sort of make a point off one end. Then of course, anytime we do a scientific diagram, we label it. So I would put the same words that they used, and they used smooth, oval leaves. Okay, smooth oval leaves. And then I'm going to label this as point for water to roll off. There we go. And you can even make it look a little bit more like a leaf if you want. So sometimes when we're taking notes, that's the easier thing to do. So you can pause me right now if you need to do that. Okay, and I'm going to tip this back up and let's do our animal notes. Some of the animals in the canopy never leave this layer. Birds, butterflies, monkeys, reptiles, parrots, sloths, tree frogs, toucans, jaguars, leopards, and orangutans can be seen in the canopy. Toucans are one of several birds found in the canopy. So one thing when I think about all these animals that they all have in common is they can all get up high. You have to be good climbers to get up to the canopy. And it said here that some never leave. So the animals in the understory that we learned about yesterday, they kind of go back and forth. They go up and down, up and down, up and down. But the animals that strictly live in the canopy, they like to stay there. So you'll realize a lot of them are birds and reptiles. So let's see. I think it's important to say that some never leave this layer. Some never leave. And when I say some never leave, this would be a really bad sentence, some never leave, because you don't know what some is. But because I put it under animal notes, you know that I'm talking about animals. So some animals never leave. And then we just get to give some examples. So birds, reptiles, parrots, monkeys. I'll put monkeys first. Now I actually have some more room, so I'm going to continue parrots. And then I actually liked how it said orangutans, which is a really long word, but I've got my finger on it down here. I want to make sure I spell it right. And of course, you can put any animals that you find fascinating. So that is our canopy layer. So tomorrow when we come back, we're going to do our last layer of the rainforest. And then you can start working on different pictures, different ways to do it. If we were in the classroom, I would probably have us do a really long picture and do all 4 sections. So you can get really creative and do some awesome things with all the information that you're learning. So thanks for tuning in, and I miss you and I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow for the emergent layer. There's no place like home. Bye.